Greetings from Elite English Academy. Dear friends, in this video I have discussed Satan's Soliloquy from John Milton's Paradise Lost Book 9. From exam point of view, Satan's Soliloquy is very important because in the past several questions are asked. In general, people say it is very difficult to understand John Milton's language, so they settle with summaries. I prefer to discuss each and every line of Satan's Soliloquy in this video. So you can enjoy the language of John Milton and enjoy the content given by John Milton. By the time you can be well prepared for exam also. First, let's have a brief note on John Milton. He lived between 1608 and 1674. He was an English poet and man of letters. He was proficient in great languages like Latin, Greek, Hebrew, French, Spanish and Italian. So he learned the literature of all these languages. He served as a secretary for foreign languages in Cromwell's government between 1649 and 1660. He lost his eyesight completely in 1651. In spite of that, he was able to write Paradise Lost. He published this in 1667. When it was first published, it contained only 10 books. Later, when it was published in 1674, that contained 12 books. Right. So the video is arranged in such a way. First, let me give you the summary of Satan's Soliloquy. Afterwards, each and every line is discussed in this video. First, when Satan enters, he is carried away by the beauty of the earth. He prefers earth to heaven. He thinks that earth is the most suitable place for gods because after creating heaven, God created earth. So he modified some of the defects of heaven so that the earth has become so beautiful. At one point, seeing the beauty and happiness of Adam and Eve on earth, he becomes jealous of them. The more pleasures he comes, he feels hatred. So the way he thinks that so they are happy, that infuriates his anger. He becomes jealous and he wants to take revenge. How can he take revenge? So here he wants to bring everyone to his same level of misery. So he thinks he is a fallen angel. He has lost golden opportunity. Now he suffers. So he wants to bring down Adam and Eve to his level. So he desires to destroy the earth in a day that took 6 days for God for its creation. So he wants to see the best way to take revenge upon God is just taking revenge upon his creation, that is Adam and Eve. Satan regrets not saying on the good side. So he just feels that at one moment, okay, I should have been on the right side. But anyhow, it is too late. So he wants to turn the spoiled angels more devilish. So that is, he collects, he gains all the evil spirits within himself. So the only feeling is hatred. And he contemplates to become a serpent. So first he searches. So which one I have to do like that? So he looks for different creatures. Finally, he settles with serpent, the snake. Then after he gives a beautiful speech. So the entire speech consists of Satan's different moods. How from wonder it turns into hatred. Then again he comes back to wonder. Then finally he decides, okay, I should be focusing on my mission of seducing the man, triggering the fall of the man, so that he is looking for the creature. Finally he realizes snake will be the right creature for his mission. Now let's enter into the line by line analysis. Satan's Soliloquy. So earlier what happened? Satan has identified the right creature, snake, and he has entered into the body. But after seeing the beauty of the earth, Satan couldn't accept it. He feels that it is better than heaven. So suddenly he becomes jealous of human beings, especially Adam and Eve. So the lines between 99 and 178 can be considered as Satan's soliloquy. Soliloquy, a monologue like that. So Satan talks to himself aloud. O earth, how like to heaven, if not preferred, more justly, seat worthier of gods. So he says, the earth is a better place. It is not preferred by God, but it is worthier of gods. So it is the better place. As built with second thoughts, reforming what was old. So here Satan says, earlier God created heaven with a purpose. It is his abode. Afterwards, with second thoughts, he had some idea to give birth to human beings. He wanted to create human beings. So with second thought, he modified what are the shortcomings of heaven on the earth. So that's why he says, reforming what was old. So what was old, it was referred to heaven. For what God after better verse would build? Terrestrial heaven. So it is called as terrestrial heaven. Earth is called as terrestrial heaven. Danced round by other heavens that shine. So here he is talking about the heavenly bodies. Heavenly bodies. It is encircled by other planets, moon that shine. Yet bear their bright, officious lamps, light above light. Light above light. Here one light refers to moon, another light refers to sun. For these alone as seems, only for this planet, earth, there are two lights in the concentrating all their precious beams of sacred influence. So it looks like God's sacred beams comes to this earth. As God in heaven is center, it extends to all. So those centering receives from all those orbs. So here it is believed that God is the center of the universe. So like that, God has created earth, whereas God from their center, He is controlling everything. Centering receives from all those orbs in thee, not in themselves. All their known virtue appears productive in herb. So now he is talking about describing the different things available in earth, in herb, plant and nobler birth of creatures, animate with gradual life of growth. Actually in heaven, who are they? Who are the people available in heaven? In heaven God is there, angels are there, but not other lives are there. So whereas he finds more lives, different kinds of creatures, plants, so he finds it beautiful. Satan finds earth more beautiful. Creatures animate with gradual life of growth, sense, reason, all summed up in man. But all these things are summed up in man. So Satan finds man as a perfect creation by God because he possesses more qualities. With what delight could I have walked thee round? So Satan, suddenly he forgets himself. He wants to move with delight, happiness. If I could joy in art, sweet interchange of hill and valley. He is mesmerized by the beauty of the plants earlier, and he found man as a perfect being, and he is losing himself in valley, rivers, woods and plains, now land, now sea and shore, with forest crown, rocks, dens and caves. All the different natural elements are pointed out by Milton here. So Satan is carried away by the beauty of these creations. But I in none of these find place or refuge. So here his sense of longingness comes. Satan says, but I am not part of this. I cannot enjoy this. I don't belong to either this earth or paradise. So he feels. And the more I see pleasure about me, so much more I feel torment within me. So the beauty of the earth and the way Adam and Eve enjoy their life in earth, that torments him. So this shows the cynical attitude of Satan. As from the hateful siege of contrariness, he says, all good to me becomes bane, and in heaven much worse would be my state. Here he says, all good to me becomes bane. Whatever he considers good to him is a bane. So bane, it is a curse. And in heaven much worse would be my state. So now he regrets that he is not a human being. Satan thinks, if I happen to be in heaven, he says that here my state should have been even worse. Because here we have to recall why Satan disobeyed God. Because the duty of the angels was praising God always. But whereas some angels did not accept it, including Satan. That is the reason God cursed Satan here. Here he feels that earth is beautiful. I don't belong to earth. I neither belong to heaven also. But he thinks, if he had been in heaven, his state would have been even worse. So here Satan asserts that his decision of disobeying God is right. But neither here seek I, no, nor in heaven. So I don't seek neither earth nor heaven. So he asserts him. See, suddenly there was a fall for him. So he was just carried away by the beauty, but he recuperates now. To dwell, unless by mastering heaven supreme, nor hope to be myself less miserable by what I seek, but others to make such as I. Here he thinks that I am better. So I seek what I need. Be myself less miserable. He says that I am less miserable by what I seek. Now I have come here to seduce man. So I am happy about it. Though thereby worse to me redound. Right? So here he is reminded of his own duty of seducing man. For only in destroying I find ease. Please make a note of it. This is one of the important lines. This is the purpose and characteristics of Satan. Satan says, I find happiness only in destroying people. For only in destroying I find ease. To my relentless thoughts and him destroyed, or wont to what my work is utter loss, for whom all this was made. All this will soon follow, as to him linked in weal. Weal means scar or woe. He says that I find happiness only in destroying. So my thoughts, my action, everything will lead to utter loss. So I will leave an indelible scar on human beings, especially our Adam. In woe then, in misery then, that destruction wide may range. So the destruction will be severe. To me shall be the glory soul among the infernal powers. Infernal powers, so that is infernal, so it refers to hell. So after seducing human being, Adam and Eve, I will get immortal powers related to hell. Because, so it is very difficult. Man is living under the watch of God. Angels are there, but So now I'm going to seduce against that. In one day to have marred what he, Almighty style, 6 nights and days continued making. So here he is making a reference to God's creation. God took 6 days and nights to make human beings. Seventh day he took rest. And who knows how long before had been contriving. So here he says, God created everything within 6 days. I am going to destroy everything within one day. So he is becoming very proud of what he is going to do. Then he says God might have took 6 days for creation, but before that he might have been thinking of producing this earth and human being. So for months together, years together, he might have thought, but I am going to destroy everything in a single day. Though perhaps not longer than since I in one night freed from servitude in glorious well nigh half. So he says, I'm going to actually he says, man is in servitude. Man is like a slave. I'm going to release him. Right? From servitude, inglorious. I'm going to redeem him from the inglorious life. Well nigh half the angelic name, and thinner left the throng of his adorers. So here, God is surrounded by his adorers. So here, Satan is making a reference to his own world companions, angels. So here, God may think he is surrounded by adorers. Now in one day, in 1 minute, I'm going to change everything. Because when man disobeys God, so that is not the defeat of human being alone, that is the defeat of God himself. So earlier, Satan and his companions were not able to defeat God. So now by defeating human beings, by defeating Adam and Eve, he will be able to defeat God. So he is waiting for that. He to be avenged. God should be avenged. That is revenged. And to repair his numbers, thus impaired. So I am going to reduce the number of his followers. So here, God thought, according to Satan, so he created man only to glorify himself. So now, here I am going to reduce that number. Whether such virtues spent of old now failed more angels to create, if they at least are his created, or to spite us more. So probably God created human beings also to spite us, to scold us, or to spite us more, determined to advance into our room a creature formed of earth, and him endow, exalted from so base original. He says that, Satan says, this snake is also the production or creation of God. So, and Adam and Eve are the creation of God. So through them, through his own creation, I am going to win God. So that is the point he is trying to say. So determined to advance into our room, a creature formed of earth. So what is that creature? So there is a snake. And him endow, so he only created, exalted from so base original, with heavenly spoils our spoils. So it will be a heavenly spoil, he says. What he decreed, he effected, man he made, and for him built magnificent this world. So man is created. So the earth was created only for man, and for him built magnificent this world. So God created this world only for human beings, and earth his seat. Him Lord pronounced an awe in dignity, subjected to his service angel wings and flaming ministers to watch and tend their earthy charge. Here he is trying to convey the fact that Earlier, God created this world for human being, and he appointed angels with wings to protect it. But I'm going to change it. Of these, the vigilance I dread, and to elude this wrapped in mist, Satan himself says, but I am afraid of that protection. I am afraid of the archangels. Then to elude, so to avoid that, I wrapped myself. That is, wrapped means covered, become one with. In mist of midnight vapor, glide obscure. So during the night time, even I traveled like mist. I travel like mist and pry in every bush and brake. So pry refers to inquire or talking to. So I was, even during the night, I was hiding myself from bush to bush, in every bush and brake where hap may find the serpent sleeping, in whose mazy folds to hide me, and the dark intent I bring. Actually, Satan says it is a hyperbole only. He says the moment he comes to one place, probably people will understand, or other creatures will understand the evil thought of himself. That is the reason, from even during the night, first he avoided day travel. During the night, from bush to bush, he was hiding himself without disturbing other creatures. Oh, foul descent, he calls himself. I am bad, that I, who erst contented with gods to sit the highest, am now constrained into a beast. So now he says, once I was almost like a god, now I am transformed into a beast and mixed with bestial slime. So here he is talking about his own present form. So he is just moving like a snake, as a snake. This essence to incarnate and imbrute. So he has taken the form of snake. It is brutal, that to the high of deity aspect. I did not aspire it. I did not want to become a snake. But no other go, I had to do it. But what will not ambition and revenge descend to? So here he says, if he wants to achieve the ambition of seducing man, the ambition of defeating God, he has to take different and lower form. Who aspires must down as low, as high he soared. So it is a philosophy of life. A person who aspires high, he has to go down. He has to go down to work. Obnoxious first. Obnoxious, something unpleasant. Something we don't like. Obnoxious. First or lost to basest thing. So here even Jesus Christ says, a person who wants to become the leader should be the servant first. Like that, Satan here says, if you want to achieve greater things, you have to go down, you have to do the basest thing, you have to do the menial things. Revenge. At first, though sweet, bitter or long back on itself recoils. So this is another philosophy. So revenge, so the only motive by which he has come to earth is revenge. Revenge on God. So he can fulfill the revenge on God by taking revenge on human beings, Adam and Eve. At first, though sweet, revenge by its nature, at the beginning it may be sweet. Bitter or long back on itself recoils. But if you are not able to take revenge immediately, it becomes bitter. But I am bitter. I feel the bitterness with the feeling of revenge. So I want to take revenge on God and human beings. Let it. I reck not. I don't worry. So it light well amid. Since higher I fall short on him who next provokes my envy. So here he is talking about Adam and Eve. So he is provoking my envy. This new favorite of heaven. So there is earth. This man of clay, son of despite, who must the more to spit his maker raised from dust. Spit then with spit is best repaid. So here he says that he has come here to seduce man. So here he is making a reference to how God created human being. It is said by Milton here, this man of clay, God, it so happened God created a human form in clay, then gave his life. That's how it comes in Bible. That's why man is called as, Adam is called as man of clay. Right? So he is son of nobody. He is son of nobody. His argument. Because he is not born of anyone. Right? He is son of nobody. Who must the more to spite? So we are better. We are better. Because he thinks once we were created by God. So at that time God directly gave us life. But you human beings, you are the son of clay. His marker raised from dust. So here he was raised from dust. Spite then, right? With spite is best repaid. So here I will make you to turn dust. So that is the point he is making. Dear friends, hope this video is useful. So Paradise Lost is a very interesting book. So language may be slightly difficult, but if you study it properly, you can understand and enjoy the language, and also you can be well prepared for the exam. Like this, all the 1189 lines are discussed in detail in the main course. So like this, all the lessons are prepared in detail. Definitely, if you join us, you will be ahead of others in preparation. Thank you. All the best.